Hello, and welcome to the Price Hill Mardi Gras Ball live stream. For those of you that don't know me or may not recognize me, I am Sam Conover, Community Engagement Director for Price Hill and your MC for tonight. Yes, I drew the short straw and will need to be your MC for tonight. So put on your seatbelts and get ready for the wild ride. Each year, the Mardi Gras Ball celebrates the accomplishments of our organization, as well as featuring several outstanding Price Hill residents, community partners, as well as other accomplishments that have happened in the Price Hill neighborhoods. Also, normally, this event in person, we feature fun, good food, entertainment, but unfortunately, the last couple of years, we have run into, we've been playing chicken with COVID and have been unable to hold this event in person. In 2021, we canceled this event entirely, and this year, we wanted to switch it up a little bit, and so we're trying out this live stream thing. So you'll need to let us know how it goes. We also wanted to take this opportunity to open the doors by having it live stream to other people that haven't been able to attend our event, to make this accessible for more people. Tonight, we are going to do a bunch of different things. We're all a little nervous. I'm reading from a script. You're going to see me look it down a lot. I can't memorize these things. So, will our balloons stay up? Are we going to have a king cake face-off? Who knows? But what matters is we're in this together, and we're having fun. We're celebrating our accomplishments for the year. And we're gathering and hopefully can have this event in person next year. So let's go through what we're going to see tonight. We're going to have our normal award, Top of the Hill Awards, where we're celebrating our Price Hill residents and community partners in their achievements for this past year. We're going to have some performances like we usually do as well. And we're going to have our raffle baskets, which we know we all love. Some other things that we're going to do in this new format are feature and tell you about the things that we do here at Price Hill. We're going to really get down to the nitty-gritty about what we do as an organization and how you can become more involved and continue to support us. So we're going to call those fireside chats, by the way. So along the way, if you're inspired by the work that we do here at Price Hill, we'd like to ask you to consider making a gift to our organization. We made it super, super easy for you all. Text GIVE, G-I-V-E, PHW, that's G-I-V-E, PHW to 44321. And you can make a donation to Price Hill. Any amount matters, whether it's $1, $2, $5, $2,000, it all makes a difference. So now back, what are you going to see tonight? One element that we've done in both, we're doing here in the live stream, and we do in person, are performances. So we have 5 awesome performances for you to enjoy here in this live stream format. Yep, I'm flipping my paper because we're on the next page. So tonight, our first performance is in Mia Hall with the performer Marissa Kerbel. Take it away, Marissa.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Hastings, Executive Director here at Price Hillharmonic. On behalf of our staff and board, it's my pleasure to invite you to spend a little time with us this evening, learning more about our work and the amazing neighbors that we get to work with. As Sam mentioned, the last 2 years of COVID have been tough on everyone. But here at Price Hillharmonic, we've managed to continually pivot and find new and better ways to build resident leadership, train and support our young musicians and help them grow into community leaders, develop affordable housing and commercial spaces, and support locally owned small businesses that care about Price Hill as much as we do. Our staff have worked really hard this year on many projects and initiatives, and I'd like to share just a few highlights. First, our MYCincinnati Youth Orchestra has survived 2 years of remote and socially distanced learning, and yet is stronger than ever. Our young musicians bring hope and joy to us now and in the future. Second, we've been able to host some small-scale, COVID-safe masked events here at ARCO. It's been amazing to show off this gorgeous building that is truly of and for the community. We can't wait to see you here soon. Third, we completed construction on the buildings that now house Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli and Outer Space in Lower Price Hill. It's incredible to see our neighbors shopping for fresh, healthy food and working on art together in Lower Price Hill again. I invite everyone to stop by and support the grocery. Fourth, we began renovations on 8 buildings as part of the Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus here in East Price Hill. This long-awaited project will transform the 3100 block of Warsaw, bringing 13 affordable apartments and 7 commercial spaces to the heart of East Price Hill. We cannot wait to show off the finished product to you in early 2023. And finally, we are honored to work with so many amazing neighbors who care so deeply about the future of Price Hill. These folks are the backbone of our community and make it a truly special place. So thank you. And finally, I want to thank our staff that works so hard, working many, many hours, including on Saturdays and weekends and evenings to work with neighbors to make Price Hill the very best neighborhood in Cincinnati. We really have an amazing team here at Price Hillharmonic, and we are thrilled to be able to celebrate with you, and I'm happy to be able to thank our staff on behalf of the board. And now we'd like to share a couple of videos with you highlighting last year's Price Hill Creative Community Festival and ARCO. Enjoy.
ARCO Venue actually is able to host all sorts of arts as well as weddings, family events, and it offers this great opportunity for generations to be able to use the venue.
I think one of the amazing things about Price Hill is that it's a very diverse neighborhood, and we've got folks from all different walks of life and backgrounds here in the community, but we want to see everybody succeed. And we recognize that a lot of folks have barriers and obstacles in front of them that others don't. So it's really important to make sure that we look at everything with an equity lens, and that as we're doing corridor development or working on housing, that we're making sure that everybody in the neighborhood can benefit for their health and well-being and for that of the neighborhood.
Arts accessibility is absolutely one of our core values, and giving students the ability to not only learn and experience art, but then also giving them the tools for them to create, express, improvise, innovate, compose, I think is just one of the most powerful tools of being a human being.
Price Hill Will is dedicated to the arts, so being able to establish and restore this old Masonic lodge into a great new events venue that's truly dedicated to the arts and to the community, it brings a new opportunity to the Price Hill neighborhood as a whole, not only for families and generations to be able to use the space, but also for artists, for new artists, for established artists to be able to use the space in a way it's never been used before.
So one thing I'd love for people to know about Price Hill Will is how much everybody on our staff and our board cares about the people of this community. So, I mean, none of us are doing this for the, glory and fame. We're all doing this because we really love this place and the people here, and we want to help them succeed in their everyday lives.
We hope you're enjoying learning more about Price Hill Will during tonight's first ever Mardi Gras Ball live stream. The videos you just saw highlighted some of our favorite moments from this past year. They were our 6th annual Price Hill Creative Community Festival and the grand opening of our new arts and events venue in East Price Hill, Arco. If you haven't gotten a chance to check it out, arcocincinnati.org. Check it out. We have a virtual tour on that website, or come and see it in person for yourself. I want to thank you again for joining us tonight. Soon you'll see us present the Top of the Hill Awards, which we do every year, to some of our community members who strive to make a difference in Price Hill, as well as our Community Partner Award. As you can see, I changed wigs. I'm still Sam Conover, Community Engagement Director at Price Hill Will. I know I might have fooled you. But next up, we're going to go to our next performance at our Mia Mia stage. Here is Annie Darlin Gordon on flute and Marissa on piano. The Top of the Hill Awards are presented annually at our Mardi Gras Ball. These awards recognize our community members of Lower East and West Price Hill, as well as our Community Partner Award that strive to make a known difference here in the Price Hill community. It's a way for us to highlight these accomplishments that have been made by these residents and partners and express some gratitude for their donation of time and talent, and to inspire others in our community to become more involved in Price Hill. So let's take a look at the first Top of the Hill Award we'll be presenting this evening. Is it still me? Okay, sorry. The second one. Oh, so now I'm talking about the award winners? Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm presenting them. What? I'm presenting the first awards. Okay. Sorry about that. I was presenting the first of the awards, and I read that wrong on the script. We'll blame it on the new hair. Our first award winner is Brenda Zachmeister. I know Brenda very well and am very grateful that I get to present this award about her. Brenda is a yoga instructor, an East Price Hill resident, and a founder and leader for the Price Hill Wellness Community Action Team, formerly known as Let's Get Physical. This program is a free resident-led fitness series that fosters healthy living and physical activity in Price Hill. They're most and best well known for their, I think it's 5 days a week now, yoga classes that take place in Lower East and West Price Hill. Brenda specifically does ones on Tuesdays at Dunham. Check them out. She has flipped the script during this pandemic and has helped this series go on Facebook Live and over Zoom. She is resilient and dedicated to her community, and we want to congratulate Brenda on this award. Congrats, Brenda. Next up, I would like to congratulate Nancy Sullivan on the Price Hill Top of the Hill Award. Nancy is also an East Price Hill resident. She lives over in the Enright Eco Village. Another thing I would say about Nancy is she is dependable and also can come to you at a drop of a hat. She is most well known for advocating for immigrants through her role as Executive Director of Transformations CDC. Nancy, congrats on your award. Our third award is a duo for Megan and DJ Trishler. Megan and DJ are both also East Price Hill residents and moved here, I think, about maybe 3 or 4 years ago. You'll have to correct me on that, Megan and DJ. But Megan is described as an equity advocate for all of Cincinnati, truly, but also of Price Hill, and a member of the Urban Consulate team. DJ, you might have noticed him popping up recently for his thesis work, Price Hill Design. I'm putting a little plug in here for you, DJ. Follow him on Instagram or Facebook, Price Hill Design, and help him out with his thesis. DJ is known for constantly provoking new ways of thinking about community and about design. Congrats, Megan and DJ. A well-deserved award for both of you all, too. Our fourth award this evening is Jack Bauer. Jack is a resident of Price Hill and embodies grassroots community work by always being willing to help his neighbors. From moving furniture or replacing flat tires, Jack is always the first person to jump in and help. And we know we need that type of person to jump in and help. Not many of us would do, hop up at moving furniture without pizza and beer promised at the end. He is described as being incredibly generous with his time and talents without expecting much in return. Congrats, Jack, and thank you for spreading positivity in the Price Hill community. Our 5th award is presented to Ann Cushing Reed. Ann is the former chair of the Price Hill Arts Connection, formerly the Price Hill Arts Council, and a West Price Hill resident. Ann is truly dedicated to the arts. She is a longtime student of the Price Hillharmonic, which is an free adult orchestra put on as a program of Price Hill, as a matter of fact. I think she plays viola. She'll also have to correct me on that, but if I got it right, kudos to me. And like I said, a member of the Price Hill Arts Connection. But more than that, Ann is always one of the first people you see at any Price Hill event. Man, I remember seeing her at almost all of the concerts in the square, concerts over in St. Lawrence Square for several summers in a row. And I think that's really where I got to know Ann as a person, and then more so in her role in the Price Hill Arts Connection. A well-deserved award, and thank you, Ann, for your service to the community. Our 6th award goes to Mary Ann Cowgill. I also know Mary Ann very well. I worked with her the last 2 years, hand in hand, on the Incline Run Planters project. And Mary Ann is one of the lead artists for the several projects that has happened over at the Incline Run, but she led the planters, the mosaic planters. There are 8 over there now. And Mary Ann went to several schools and did workshops, and is a really, truly a giver, and made sure that everyone felt like they could be a part of this art project, which you can see embodied in the planters. Mary Ann is also a West Price Hill resident and lives over by Potter's Field, if you know where that is. She has been a longtime resident, and we thank you for your continued dedication to the Price Hill community. Congrats on your Top of the Hill award. And last but certainly not least for my presentations of the awards is Kimmy Thomas. Kimmy is a Lower Price Hill resident and vice president of the Lower Price Hill Community Council. Unfortunately, and I just learned this, that Cynthia Winston Ford recently passed away and was the Lower Price Hill Community Council president. And I would like to sincerely thank Cynthia for her service and wish her family love and light during this time of grief. But Kimmy was able to step in her place during her time of being ill and stepped up into this president's role and has done an amazing job, especially not only not knowing taking over this president's role, but also during COVID and mostly online. And she has been resilient and pushing for the advocating of Lower Price Hill specifically. And we thank you, Kimmy, for your service and continued dedication to the Lower Price Hill community. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you, and congrats.
Cincinnati Road Bike said they want to expand to the west side, but they need to have a way for people to use their bikes safely. And so that was part of the conversation of opening that space up. They got the guardrails taken down, the space cleaned up, the mattresses thrown out, the tires, you know, the garbage. It had been a dumping ground for 25 plus years.
This has probably been one of the most successful community engagement projects that I've been a part of at Price Hillharmonic. I've been at Price Hillharmonic for about 6 years now. It's probably close to 70 people now involved in this project, whether they're artists at Euler or Roberts Academy, residents along Incline Run, or community members, a part of the community council, what have you, giving their ideas. And I think that's like a true test to show that this is like a successful project. And then seeing all the people come here for this event too, even when the weather was kind of iffy, I think is also showing that people really care about this project. And so that definitely makes my heart happy.
I know that this space, the Incline Run, is meant to connect two neighborhoods in Price Hill. Price Hillharmonic really wanted me to work with the community, so I did some mosaic workshops with children at Euler Elementary and Roberts Elementary, with kids that came over the summer and other community members. So the community was always like, they were supposed to be a big part of what the final project turned into. So I have some images from the Lower Price Hill flag and the East Price Hill flag, and then I just kind of made it so it looked like they were connecting, you know, and meeting in this middle place, which would be Incline Run. The kids made tiles in the mosaic workshops, and their stuff is in there, and I think it just makes the work more interesting.
The inspiration was mainly just, you know, what this big stone slab behind me was originally, which was the foundation to the incline lift, which brought streetcars for pedestrian travel from down the hill and up the hill 150 years ago when they first opened it. You know, a piece of that idea should be instilled into the mural somewhere. I was just like, yeah, let's just roll with it.
Price Hill is an up-and-coming community. I think it's has so many gems. And now we have this run and walk, this area. So it's priceless. I wanted to have inspirations of joy. So I thought about the color scheme, but I also wanted it to pop. I think that's kind of my style.
We had decided to build a home here several years ago, and that building process was kind of commensurate with the time that the mural here was being put together. It was kind of really neat to see that take shape. So it was really neat to see it start to become something.
It has all been cleaned up, and it's just a wonderful pathway from Lower Price Hill up to East Price Hill, and it's just, we are so happy to be a part of this neighborhood now. We're just getting to know the people and to learn the area, but we're very excited for this for sure.
I hope that the more attention the space gets, the more official support it will have. Right now it's really driven by neighbors and community groups, and I hope that as it's used and it becomes more appreciated and more important.
I think it's going to be life-changing. So I think this will improve the community, take it to the next level. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Change is always hard. Trying to blend culture can feel like something's being taken away, but really, it's another layer being added to the story of this community.
The title of the project is Casa Colina, and the inspiration behind it is really to create a conversation that's accessible, right? We don't want to detract people.
This is the flower arrangement that represents Mexico.
This arrangement represents Guatemala, the Guatemalan people.
This is the arrangement representing Cincinnati. We are referencing a traditional Latin American kind of aesthetic, but I remember like oilcloth being on my grandmother's table. Even if the meaning is very specific to us, we hope that it can be relatable for everyone and maybe some minds can be changed.
It's pretty cool to like take your apprentice for artworks. I like the background of the mural. Relates a lot to my family. They're immigrants from Guatemala, so the butterflies kind of represent those who migrate all the way over here. It's really nice to work with people who inspire me to like see you could put meaning inside of an art piece.
It's amazing. The most formative years of my life I've been working with Artworks, and Artworks has been like a second home to me.
I'm a first-generation American. I'm coming into a space that isn't always welcoming. And conveying the story is like conveying a part of my family history. It means a lot. I get teary-eyed, but division can be healed by having conversations and projects like this.
So I hope you enjoyed those 2 videos about the Incline Run project as well as Casa Colina. I'm going to call out my husband for telling me that I am flat in my delivery, so we're going to put a little pizzazz in it. And now, I don't know what that means, but here we go. I changed my hair, so maybe that will help. We're going to transfer it over to Bernardo, who is going to continue our awards.
Hey everyone, I'm Bernardo Lopez, the director of MYCincinnati, and I think your delivery is spot on, by the way. Absolutely.
Thank you.
If we were giving out awards, you would get one tonight.
Yes.
Speaking of awards, it is my privilege and honor to give a Top of the Hill award to one of our most amazing MYCincinnati students, Erica Franklin. Erica started this year at 15 years old, begun the flute, and quickly has become a student leader and is now on her way to become an intermediate flautist. Her leadership it's apparent every day in that class, and it is jaw-dropping to see her dedication and how willing she is to help everyone around her. And honestly, also just an amazing person to be around, making all of us laugh constantly. So I'm very privileged to do that. So thank you, Erica Franklin, and congratulations. And now I'd love to pass it over to Rachel Hastings.
Thanks, Bernardo. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, I would give everybody awards if I had the opportunity to do so. Giving out a couple more Top of the Hill awards right now. The next one is to Valda Moore. I think everybody in Price Hill knows Valda. She's the executive secretary of the Price Hill Historical Society and Museum, and she's also a founder of that organization. Valda has been volunteering with the Price Hill Historical Society for 31 years. That's almost as old as I am. She's helped countless Price Hillians research the history of their house and has been particularly helpful for us here at Price Hill Will, as we've listed buildings such as Arco and the Warsaw Avenue Historic District on the National Register of Historic Places. So thank you, Valda, for your many, many years of service to Price Hill. Our next award winner is Susan Bills. Susan is a high school math teacher, member of the West Price Hill Community Council, member of the Price Hill Safety Cat, and all-around community volunteer. Susan advocates for our neighborhood and particularly helps our young leaders learn about and protect Price Hill. What I love about Susan is that she's always positive and thoughtful and focused on solutions instead of problems. So thank you, Susan, for your volunteer service, and we look forward to continuing to work with you. Now we have a couple of posthumous awards to recognize community leaders and their families for their many, many hours of service to making Price Hill better. Our first posthumous award is for Ken Rothman. Ken passed away in October after a decade-long battle with cancer. His obituary, most of which was written by EFIA President Sheila Rosenthal, sums up Ken perfectly. From being a long-term trustee of EFIA and former member of Citizens on Patrol, to chaperoning Moeller students on service missions to South America, Ken was a source of positivity and change. He was also a pilot, fisherman, golfer, ham radio operator, skydiver, scuba diver, student of Tai Chi, and a tremendous lover of life and travel who always said he was the luckiest man in the world. Ken was a wonderful conversationalist who found something interesting in every conversation and every person he met. He made lifelong friends everywhere he went. He was an incredible role model on how to persevere with a smile on your face and to continue to squeeze the enjoyment out of life, even when facing personal tragedy. Ken was always a joy to be around and left everyone who knew him happier. I kind of think of Ken as an elder statesman of East Price Hill. He was calm and steady, always advocating for a brighter future and collaboration in the midst of trials and challenges. We'd love to thank Ken for his many years of service to Price Hill, and we miss him. So thank you to Ken and his family for many years of service. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. Our next posthumous award is for Bob Greenlee. Bob passed away on Christmas Eve. Bob was a long-term trustee of EFIA and very active member of the Price Hill Safety Cat. On any given day, no matter the weather or the goings-on in the world, Bob could be found all over Price Hill, picking up litter and tires, trimming weeds, painting over graffiti, mentoring young people, and generally making our little corner of the world a better place to live. Bob always had a smile and words of encouragement. His legacy, Bob Greenlee's legacy, is to inspire more neighbors to do their part in making Price Hill the very best it can be, to do the work instead of just talking about it. We miss you, Bob, and thank you. Finally, I'm happy to give our Community Partner Award to our partners at Your Store of the Queen City and Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli. We are so very excited to recognize the team behind Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli with our annual Outstanding Community Partner Award. Miser's Fresh Grocery is the first ever social enterprise in Lower Price Hill, and it has dramatically improved food access in Price Hill and beyond. The team at Your Store of the Queen City worked hard to make the vision of a community-led grocery store a reality, spending several years, that's right, years, surveying the neighborhood, building partnerships, and empowering residents to be part of the solution before opening the doors of Miser's Fresh Grocery last November. Miser's is a store where everyone, no matter your income or background or where you live, is provided with dignity and grace. Our friends at Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli and Your Store of the Queen City are a dedicated group of incredible people who work to make food healthy, fun, and accessible. So thanks to our partners at Miser's and Your Store, and congratulations.
I would like to sincerely thank all of our Top of the Hill Award winners one more time for just demonstrating their strong commitment to Price Hill, the vision for its future, and for having such a positive influence on the residents of our community. Now, it's time for me to turn it over to our girl Marissa, again on Mia Mia stage.
That's a
And we're back, and I changed my hair again. So now we are here, Fireside Chats, what you all have been waiting for. I have with me Emma, Matt, and Jay. Emma and I are on the community engagement team. Matt is on development, and Jay is on our real estate development team. We're going to start off describing our community engagement program. Community engagement is such, a broad word, and it's kind of hard to describe. So me and Emma are going to try to help you with that. Community engagement is the involvement and participation of our neighbors in projects, programs, and decision-making to achieve long-term and sustainable outcomes, processes, relationships, discourse, and implementation. Those are a lot of buzzwords. You can look them up on Google. And now, Emma is new to our team. So I'm going to ask her what she's been enjoying most about working on the community engagement team and what has been a rewarding experience in her last couple of months while I've been on maternity leave. Emma.
Thank you, Sam. I just want to say, and this is probably the answer everyone is expecting, but the Price Hill residents have made this job so easy. Everyone is so willing to be engaged, wants to be involved, has so many great and creative ideas. It's just really made reaching out, working with community members very, makes our job quite a bit easier.
I agree.
So.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Everybody is willing and ready to help in whatever capacity that they can. They really take what their skills and assets are, and we try to find those and then implement those into the projects and programs that we're doing here at Price Hill Will.
Yeah, and we couldn't do it without them.
We absolutely could not do that without them. This is our work. This is what we get paid for. I'm going to hop over to Jay now with the real estate development team. One of our most well-known programs currently is our homesteading program. So Jay, could you tell us a little bit about our homesteading program?
Sure. Thanks, guys. I'm always passionate to talk about this. The reason that we started the program was to increase home ownership in the neighborhood, particularly for very low income families that cannot achieve home ownership through conventional means. The purpose is really to increase overall home ownership versus rentals in the neighborhood. Our neighborhood has kind of been ground zero for some predatory landlords, and so kind of helping to mitigate that, save homes, mitigate more blight, and create equity and generate more wealth for these families, many of which have not ever, anybody in their family maybe has not ever owned a home. So we currently have 15 families in the program. 8 are Latinx, 6 are Black, and 1 is white. And we're looking to grow the program by, we're ambitiously, we're looking to grow it by 10 houses this year. So we're working hard, and probably our biggest challenge is finding inventory. The pandemic kind of coincided with a huge rise in home prices, so a lot of what we had usually been able to purchase became so inflated that we didn't have the funds and the subsidy to do it. But we're working on that. We're actively seeking more and more homes, and we love the program. We love seeing the people sign the land contracts, and then the houses evolve into like something that's their own expression. And it's a very, very rewarding program to work on. I'm very grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah. So Jay gave me the cue there. We're ambitiously trying to do 10 houses. So you can text GIVE PHW to 44321 now and help us reach that milestone. Jay, I want to ask you one more question. Similarly to Emma and I, what has been your most rewarding experience working on the real estate development team?
I think the land contract signings are amazing because you you go through the interaction back and forth, kind of trying to find the house and match it with the family, but when you actually give them the keys to that house, and that's going to be the first home that's been owned by anybody in their family in most cases, there's just a beaming light from everybody involved. And I think everybody is rewarded by it. And then like a small personal one was one of our families displayed a sign for their daughter going to attend college at UC. The following year they displayed it in the summer, and it was just great to see that, you know, they obviously have developed enough equity, and a lot of that we have to believe is the home, that they were able to send their first child to college. So that
Awesome.
was really exciting.
That's super awesome. Thank you. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to ask Matt a couple of questions now. Matt is our organizational culture team. We're trying to figure out what that is, but we're gonna make it up as we go. I'm just kidding. We love each other. That's what our culture is. So Matt, what has been what was the question I was going to ask you? How has working at Price Hill Will affected your relationship with Price Hill and its residents? That was the question I was going to ask.
Well, it's so rewarding working at Price Hill Will, and most of the staff, we live in the neighborhood, and I think that's one part of the culture that's really stuck out to me, is just how passionate everybody is about the neighborhood. And one of the most, I think I've met more people working at Price Hill Will in the past 8 months than I have in the past 10 years that who live in the neighborhood. And that's just because our programs are just, you know, from health and wellness to music. I do the Price Hillharmonic, and I've met so many people there. To homesteading has taken me to parts of Price Hill I haven't seen before. So it's just great. And then I you know, walking and biking to work, I get to meet all sorts of neighbors, and yeah, it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's also one of the points that I like to talk about the most to other people, is that a lot of our staff live in Price Hill. So not only are we passionate because we work here, but we also live here. So we obviously very much care about the future of this neighborhood. Emma we'll convince Emma to come over to the dark side, right? she'll come. We'll convince her eventually. But yeah,
I'm not too far away.
Not too far away. It's okay. We'll convince Rachel too. Rachel's another outsider. They'll get convinced eventually. But yeah, I'm not from Cincinnati. I'm actually from Toledo area, Perrysburg, Ohio. Go Jackets. But I went to UC, stayed after college, and then this is pretty much my first, I guess, my first big girl job, we'll say that. But I've loved it so much. I lived in OTR, and then I came over here, and I now have 2 kids, and I don't see us leaving anytime soon. So I think I'm a true West Sider now, or attempting to be, trying to fake it till I make it, right? So I think this is our first segment of Fireside Chats. We have another one coming up, but now we're going to go to our PBS video that maybe you've seen. It's been out there, but we're gonna show you it now if you haven't seen it. Thanks.
Price Hill Will is the community development corporation for all 3 Price Hill neighborhoods, Lower, East, and West Price Hill. And our main work is to work directly with residents to help them improve the quality of life in the Price Hill neighborhoods. It was formed by residents. We still have a lot of residents on our board. A lot of our staff live in the neighborhood. Most neighborhoods here in Cincinnati have community councils, which are led by residents, and they do a lot of great work. The difference between a community council and a community development corporation is that as a CDC, or community development corporation, we have professional paid staff. So we vacant for 35 years. Many times over the years, demolition was threatened, but folks in the neighborhood fought to save the building. It was in really rough shape, pretty run down when we bought it, but now we've invested $10 million in a full-scale historic renovation of the building, and we've renamed it ARCO, which is a portmanteau of arts and community. So it's really about, creating a space for the community to come together, for folks to get to know one another, learn and work together, and enjoy that spirit of community once again. So here in Price Hill, we don't have a lot of spaces for gatherings for community residents to come, whether it's for a community council meeting or, we have work with a group called Let's Get Physical that does free yoga classes, or if you want to have a birthday party or wedding. We just don't have large-scale community spaces like this. So folks really wanted to have a space in the neighborhood where they could come, meet their neighbors, and celebrate together. For us, it's really important also for our MYCincinnati Youth Orchestra to have a formal space for concerts and other events for our MYCincinnati students. MYCincinnati stands for Music for Youth in Cincinnati, and it's our youth orchestra program. MYCincinnati is a free youth orchestra that meets every day after school, and it's for any student who lives or goes to school here in Price Hill. Typically with music instruction, you're learning on your own. Here, it's set in a community setting. So the kids really get to develop social relationships and supports with one another and build social capital. And it's also really about connecting the families to one another. We're teaching young kids not just music, but about how to be leaders. So we're growing the future leaders for our Price Hill neighborhoods. Homesteading is really a way for us to make homeownership affordable for very low-income families. Homeownership is really important for folks in this neighborhood because we have very low homeownership rates. So for our homesteading program, we work with a bunch of partners, including Santa Maria Community Services, working in neighborhoods, legal aid, LISC, and so forth. Price Hill Will acquires a vacant house. We make sure that it meets building code, we make sure that there is improved mechanicals and so forth. And then we sell it to a very low-income home buyer that has been pre-approved by both Santa Maria and working in neighborhoods. We sell the house to a family on a land contract that legal aid wrote. So for 5 years, at 0% interest, that family makes payments to us. And they also work on a scope of work in the house. And it's usually cosmetic work. And after 5 years, once they've completed that, we transfer ownership of the house to them outright. So it's a very rapid way for them to become homeowners and to build equity. And in particular, this is a great way for folks who have been left out of the American dream, basically, of building equity to build equity. So of the first 15 families we have in this program, 8 are Latinx, 6 are Black, and 1 is white. And that's a much more diverse population than folks that are traditionally buying houses through the conventional mortgage market here in this country. This block of Warsaw was kind of the civic heart of the neighborhood when it was built. So in this same block we have this gorgeous old firehouse, a police station, which is still being used by Cincinnati Police Department across the street, and also an old Carnegie Library. The firehouse, we started renting it about 6 years ago for our MYCincinnati Youth Orchestra, and very quickly found that it's a perfect building for MYCincinnati. When we approached the owner about buying this building, he said he'd be happy to sell it to us, but only if we bought everything that he owned, which turned out to be almost the entire block of buildings. Together, working with folks in the neighborhood, we came up with a plan that we call the Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus. So on this block, we are renovating all the buildings. The first floors will be commercial spaces that will serve the neighborhood. All the buildings except the firehouse also will have upper floor apartments. All of the apartments upstairs will be affordable to families in the neighborhood, and they'll be high quality places. So this is our Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus project in East Price Hill. And now we're going to head down to Lower Price Hill to visit Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli, which is another project that we created for and with the community in Lower Price Hill.
This building is known as Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli. So Miser's Market was a very small grocery store operating in Lower Price Hill from the late 1940s all the way through 2017. It was a family-owned business. When the family decided that they wanted to retire and no longer open the market, we bought the building from them. And our goal, again, was to create a small grocery to serve folks in Lower Price Hill. Lower Price Hill is a very geographically isolated neighborhood. It's hard for folks to get in and out of this neighborhood and go up to grocery stores and other places. So we bought the building, rehabbed the building, and then in those couple years while we were doing the building renovations, folks from the neighborhood helped work with a woman named Reba Hennessy, who created a nonprofit organization called Your Store of the Queen City. And Your Store now operates what's now known as Miser's Fresh Grocery and Deli. But it's about creating a space for folks in this neighborhood to meet and gather and connect and meet their daily needs. I think one of the challenges in neighborhoods like Lower Price Hill is that there are not a lot of what planners would call third spaces. So a place that's not school, it's not work, it's not home, but it's another place for folks to connect. And it really helps your kind of spirit and emotions to meet with your neighbors and do things together. So having spaces like Outer Space where folks can do that here in Lower Price Hill is really, really important for the sort of emotional health and vibrancy of the community. You know, pretty much every building we do, we take a loss, but that's our purpose. Our purpose is to be the first ones in to show that there can be great spaces for the community again, and that other folks will then also want to follow suit.
Now it's time for... Great. Thanks, Sam. And now it's time for the raffle. The raffle's a fun way everybody can contribute and maybe win something, one of the great baskets that we have lined up. We want to thank everybody who purchased raffle tickets, and a special thank you to all the businesses and individuals who donated items that made it possible for us to have the raffle. And 100% of all the proceeds that were raised in the raffle will go back into our programs and our projects for 2022. So thank you again to everybody. So now let's draw the names and see who won. So the first up is the Cincy Sports Package. It has a total value of $200. It includes 4 view level or 2 terrace line tickets to the Reds, 2 Xavier basketball tickets, 2 FC Cincinnati tickets, and a $25 Dewey's gift certificate. All right, so let's go ahead and draw. Great. And the lucky winner is Sarah Conover. Great. Yay! And we'll email everybody with instructions on how to pick up their basket. So, great. The second basket is the family package. Ooh, valued at over $300. It includes 2 Cincinnati Zoo tickets, 2 tickets to the Freedom Center, 2 tickets to Cincinnati Museum Center, a $20 gift certificate to Scene 75, $50 La Rosa's gift card, and a $100 gift card to Noodles Company. Great. Well, let's go ahead and poll. Awesome. Congratulations to Betsy Sunderman, winner of the family package. Awesome. Next up is the Cincinnati Culture, Arts, and Package, valued at over $350. It has a $50 Thunderdome gift card, 2 tickets to Ensemble, 2 tickets to Taft Museum, 2 tickets to Cincinnati Opera, plus a bottle of Cosmopolitan Chardonnay and a Metro Merlot wine. Great. Well, let's poll and see who will get to enjoy a night or 3 nights of Cincy art scenes. Adeline Hall. All right. So Adeline Hall wins the Cincy Culture Arts package. Yay! Okay, our next up is the date night basket. It features a $100 dinner for 2 at Prima Vista, plus a rare bottle of the Joseph Phelps Vineyard from 1978, 2 tickets to the Playhouse to see Steel Magnolias, plus a complimentary gift card to the Blind Lemon. Total value is $400. Well, let's go ahead and poll and see who wins the date night basket. Oh, Betsy Sunderman again. Oh, Betsy wins twice. Woo. All right. Next up is the Outdoor Enthusiast Basket. It's perfect for any nature lover. It includes 2 one-year-long Red Bike memberships, 2 lift tickets to Perfect North, complimentary admission to Cincinnati Nature Center, and a free stay at Mohican State Park with a bed and breakfast. Well, let's go ahead and poll and see who wins the Outdoor Enthusiast Basket. Oh yeah, mix them up good. Let's see who we get here. Oh, Samantha Conover! Yay! All right, finally, we have the coffee lover and beer basket. It's perfect for anybody who needs caffeine in the morning and enjoys a nightcap at night. So let's go ahead and poll. This includes the gift cards to the coffee shop, the Starbucks gift cards, mugs, basket from Wessex Brewery. Oh, and the winner is H.A. Mauser. Woo! Yay! Congratulations. Wow, well, congratulations to all our raffle winners. Thank you so much for everybody who participated. We'll send out email instructions on how to claim your prize, and back to you. Thank you.
Oh, we're already live.
And we're live. I'm in this wig again because I got a lot of good comments from YouTube and my coworkers about this wig. They were good comments, I swear. So now, second segment of Fireside Chats with my coworkers, Bernardo, Rachel, and Tiffany. We're going to be covering 3 different subjects: MYCincinnati, the Warsaw Avenue Creative Community, Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus, pardon me, and then our beautiful venue that we are here in tonight, Arco. So I'm going to first off start with Bernardo and ask you to describe the MYCincinnati program to our viewers.
Yeah, thanks. MYCincinnati is a free after-school music program for any youth that live in Price Hill, or if their parents work in Price Hill. They can attend completely free, and we have all the instruments provided. Our staff are all professional musicians and educators, and we meet every day after school, Monday through Friday, 4 to 6.
That's awesome. And we have had a lot of changes due to COVID for this program specifically. Could you describe some of those changes that you've made?
Yeah, we've, like many of us, been kind of with our ear to the ground and trying to react to the best ways we can keep our kids and our community safe. So, at times we've had to make hard decisions. At times we have to make decisions we don't really like and we don't really want. But again, prioritizing health, safety, and their education.
That's awesome. And then my last question for you: how do you feel about my wig right now?
Oh, my goodness. I would say it's somewhere
a scale
between.
of 1 to 10, where are we at?
I think like a scorpion on top of a watermelon.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect description.
For sure.
For sure. Alrighty, and now we're gonna go to and talk about the Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus, which MYCincinnati is a strong part of. Rachel, can you describe this project to our viewers?
Sure. So the Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus is our purchase and now renovation of
Woohoo!
8 historic buildings on Warsaw Avenue in East Price Hill. This all kind of started because MYCincinnati had been renting the old firehouse at Warsaw and Constantine for about 5 years, and we wanted to do some work on the building. We were tired of seeing our kids in the winter wearing winter coats trying to play violin because it was too cold in the building. Also tired of not having air conditioning and having other challenges. So we approached the owner. He agreed to sell that building to us, and only if we bought the other buildings in the block. So we bought it all. And now it's taken a couple years. We've raised $10 million. We're doing the full-scale renovation of all of those buildings. We'll have 7 commercial spaces, including the firehouse, which will be all for MYCincinnati, and then 13 13 affordable apartments on the upper floors. So it's really exciting to see hammers swinging and drywall being installed, and we're excited about the sort of future for this block.
Yeah, it's amazing. And if you're kind of not sure where that is, if you're familiar with the Price Hill Library, it's catty corner from that. You'll see, as Rachel described, lots of hammer swinging, lots of trucks out there, starting work already. And when did you say the finish date might be, or
we expect
roughly
the buildings to be completed? All of them should be completed in the first quarter of 2023.
Awesome.
The firehouse will be completed first. We're actually moving out of the firehouse now. Like today, our staff was doing a lot of moving out of the firehouse, and we're going to do all that work on the firehouse so that MYCincinnati can be back in the firehouse this September, which is exciting.
Yeah, and so that's a lot of work, and that's a good cue for me to say, give PHW, text that to 44321. We are, just as they were describing, Bernardo, if you could hand it back, how did that move go today?
It was intense. We had amazing, we've been having amazing help from all of our staff this whole time. But a quick shout out to Colton, Alex, Jair, a couple of our board members, Ryan and Sally, who came out today. And then we had a whole army of volunteers today and the week before. But to answer your question, a lot of us were there since 8:30.
Wow.
And we've wrapped it up around 4:30 or 5.
And now we're back here
and
at
now,
7:30.
And now we're here looking at these magnificent wigs.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's a win.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're a hardworking staff here on a Saturday, and you can help us by texting GIVE PHW to 44321. So we not only want to use your physical help by lugging some violins, violas, and all that from place to place, but we could also use your monetary support as well. I'm going to hop over to Tiffany now to talk about this beautiful venue that you guys get to see virtually, Arco. Tiffany, can you tell me a little bit about Arco?
Well, I live here, so that's the first thing. As you can see, I'm in socks right now, so clearly I live here. I don't even have shoes. So, Arco, if you have driven around Price Hill, this is off of Price and Purcell. The building used to be a Masonic Lodge. It's from 1912. It's a beautiful Hannaford & Sons building, and it sat abandoned for about 35 years. But we thankfully got to start renovations in April of 2019. It didn't take us very long. We worked with Model, and they are amazing. They are amazing. And we got done in August of July of 2020, and then we got to move in. But we stayed closed for a little while there, and we've only been open for about 8 months now. So we are, the name Arco is literally a portmanteau of arts and community, which really we like to say speaks to what we do here. So you can see things from spotlights and speakers and pianos upstairs and downstairs. So that really, helps us enforce and show and be able to present this space to the arts community. But also we want this to be a space for community. So we have everything from yoga classes here to ESLs, to an ESL class on Monday nights. And then we're always trying to look for new Price Hill groups who want to come in and join us. But we're also just a venue to rent, a venue to rent. So everything from weddings to, birthday parties and everything in between. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had some firsthand experience of watching the renovation of Arco. I lived on Price, a block away, and how fast they went was absolutely mind-blowing. Do you remember the number? What's the number of dump trucks that they took out?
800.
800 dump trucks.
Yes.
Of worth of dirt.
Yeah, I really thought Rachel was joking. I thought it was 80. I was like, that's not 800. There's no way it can be. It was 800. Yeah.
So that we could build our parking lot.
Yeah.
And, not affect it's in a residential neighborhood. It's a part of the residential footprint. So we have 56 What's the number of parking spaces?
It is a 58 car parking lot with three
super
cars.
close.
With 3 cars being for ADA access right off the side of the building.
So, we want to have off-street parking for these events and rentals that we will be having here, and everything's starting to pick up now, and not affect the on-street parking of our nearby residents. Tiffany, what are some memorable experiences that you've had in ARCO thus far?
I mean, the festival, clearly.
Yeah, that is a good one.
It was the grand opening. So we had our grand opening on July 23rd of 2021. And that is the Price Hill Creative Community Festival that we normally have over on Warsaw. With kind of MYCincinnati as the cornerstone, and we would be using that entire area. But this year we decided to have it here at ARCO, and we had it upstairs and outside, and it was just really lovely getting to see everybody getting to enjoy the facility for the first time, and even just the food trucks outside, and getting to see the students play outside, and just finally getting, with the pandemic, finally getting to see the space in use. Frankly, it feels like every time I get a group in here, it's just really nice to see faces again.
Yes. And now I'm going to ask Rachel, you've been a part of these 2 huge projects, both the finishing of ARCO, and now we're diving into the huge $10 million project that is the Warsaw Avenue Creative Community Fest. Oh my gosh, why do I keep saying that? I'm mixing 2 things up. I'm mixing up 2 acronyms.
It's the wig. The wig's a little tight.
The wig
It's restricting blood flow to your brain.
We're going to switch wigs after this. The Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus. These are 2 massive projects. What are some of the most memorable parts of these experiences, or most rewarding parts of these experiences?
What I love to see, first of all, I love old buildings. I'm kind of a history nerd myself. But what I love to see is, the buildings always start off in a really, really rough condition, and then the first part of interior demolition makes them look worse.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're like, oh my gosh, are we ever really going to be able to do that? We're really going to be able to fix that up. And then the mechanicals start coming in, and then the building sort of like comes back to life again. And so you get to see the beautiful things restored. I know in particular in this auditorium that we're in right now, when they started working on the roof and then painting the ceiling kind of just like all the paint coming down the walls, it just looked like, new life was coming back to the building. And so that's really exciting to see. And I love seeing, like Tiffany said, like new people coming into the building. And, particularly for this building, it's at vacant for 35 years. And so like generations of Price Hillians like walked and drove by this building, just seeing it slowly fall apart. So being able to be a part of bringing it back with the community is really exciting.
It is. And then we talked about Bernardo, how the firehouse is getting renovated. What does that mean to MYCincinnati? We talked about, I've probably played a viola in my winter coat a couple of times. Just kidding. I don't know how to play the viola.
But you have a winter coat.
Yeah, but I do have a winter coat.
Excellent.
So we can give it a try.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, halfway there. So what does this renovation mean to MYCincinnati?
I mean, it means the world to us. It's something that we never expected would happen. I feel like MYCincinnati is so scrappy in nature. Like we just kind of make lemonade out of like dirt all the time. Yeah. And this is just, it's just going to be something that's going to let all the magic happen a lot easier. Like Rachel said, whether that's the heater working or like the ceiling not falling, or the plumbing not doing what it's supposed to do. Like all these things matter when you have students for 2 or 3 hours. You're trying to make some music, you're trying to make a difference, and then sometimes you need to find a plunger, even though nobody used the bathroom and it's just exploding.
Oh my gosh.
So little things like that really add up, and it really lets our entire staff just put all of their focus and attention into our kiddos.
For sure. That's awesome. Are there any parting words? Did I miss any questions?
Oh, I would just say, I mean, kind of like what Bernardo was saying for like renovating the firehouse and the rest of Warsaw and this building and projects we've got going on in Glenway right now. I mean, it's all about, saving these older buildings, but also kind of showing our community how much they are valued as residents, right? So, for MYCincinnati, it's showing the kids like we too can have beautiful spaces, right? We can enjoy them. We value ourselves, we value you and this community. And so, it's about the buildings, but it's mostly about the people that are using those buildings.
I agree. Thank you for that. So again, that's my plug. Give PHW to 44321, and you can help us not only save these beautiful buildings that have, sat vacant for years and years, but help us bring those smiling faces back into these spaces and make them beautiful spaces once again. So now that you know a little bit more about what we do day in and day out here at Price Hill Will, let's listen to some music again. We're gonna bring it up to Mia Mia stage again, and we're gonna have Colton and Shu Lee now.
Hello, my name's Tiffany. You just heard from me a minute ago. I've got an earpiece in my ear, and that's okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about king cake, because if you've noticed, this is supposed to be about Mardi Gras Ball, and so let's talk about king cake. Are you ladies excited? All right, so let me first introduce to you who we have here. We have Brianna. We have Genevieve. So first of all, I want you to know here at Price Hill Will, if we did not have interns, this would be very, very difficult to do. So we're very lucky to have them. They're both interns with us, so we really, really appreciate you guys being here. I also really appreciate you handling some king cake for me. So let's talk about what king cake is. So king cake, also known as Three Kings cake, comes from France. Right, clearly. So what this is actually, it's also called Epiphany. It was inspired by the Epiphany, I believe. So I like to say Tiffany had an epiphany, and there you go. Now you have cake. So you're welcome. So the purpose of king cake, though, if you're curious, ladies, I'm going to have you just start digging in. Just start digging in. What you do, traditionally you eat it. We're not going to eat this one right now because instead of having a eating contest, what they're going to do is they're going to be searching. They're searching for a baby. They're searching for a coin. Traditionally, it's a baby. And what do you do with a king cake baby? Well, traditionally, after or once you find the baby, you already found a coin. Well, that doesn't belong in there. Usually it's a baby, but that's okay. So keep digging around, both of you. Let's see if we can find that baby. What we usually do is, whenever you find the baby, that means that person actually has to buy the king cake for the next year, which is delightful. Yes. It's a trick that I would like to use with all of my cakes to teach people. Oh, yes. Look, we have 2 more participants. See, people heard about king cake and they just wanted to come participate. So, hey. Hi. This is Sam. You might know her from such things as I'm changing my wig every segment. This is Christian. Folks, without Christian, you would not be seeing any of us right now. Christian is an amazing opera singer, and he's also very good at live streaming, clearly, because you're watching us right now. I can tell. So he's also very good at eating king cake. So you all can choose. If you're very hungry, you can dig right into that king cake. Alternatively, you can dig in and try to find a baby, king cake baby, because that is in there as well. Let's see. Are you going to eat it? Yeah, see, we're hungry. Like we said, we've been here for a little bit, so we are hungry. We need that king cake. So Sam this almost matches her hair, so that's good too. So did we find the baby? We still haven't found the baby. So this is distressing. You might don't bite on the baby. Don't accidentally swallow the baby. Okay. I think one person does have the baby. I promise. Someone has a baby. All right. Oh. Keep digging in. Let's see. Well, Sam has a coin. That's not a baby. That's not a baby. Sometimes we wish, though, that our desserts would just naturally populate, money. I don't know. I think, Christian, I think you might have the baby. I think you might have the baby. I know. Now he's under the pressure. You see, he's going to just dig into it. Let's see. Christian, do you have... No, nothing. Are we sure the baby's not over here? The baby could be over here. We just don't know yet. Let's see. Okay, can somebody tell me, who do you think's going to have the baby? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
It's the baby!
Yes! Christian had the baby. After all, listen, if he hadn't sat down and just said, Tiffany, I need to have some king cake, we would not have found this baby. It's incredible. That's right, yeah. So one small thing, though. Actually, I have a second cake. So amazing camera person, woman, Sharniqua, can you please bring me, there should be a little cake over there on that table. Can you bring that over to me? That would be really great. I know, see, this is a surprise. No one was expecting this. I'm throwing something new, something different. So do we have that other cake in there? Yeah, pull it out of there, put it on that plate, bring it on over. I had a feeling we might need a second cake. So Shar, I want you to bring this. Shar is an amazing, amazing marketing assistant. If you've ever seen anything on Price Hill Will's website or on our social media, and you're like, wow, I really needed to get to whatever that event was, or I needed to fill out whatever form that was. Well, Shar is the one who made that happen, so thank you, Shar. This is a slightly different cake, and the reason it's a slightly different cake is, Rachel, can you please come in here real quick? Yeah, we're gonna have Rachel. It was Rachel's birthday yesterday. So even though we are a small yet mighty team right here, right now, Rachel, why don't you sit down? What we're going to do is we're going to wish Rachel a happy birthday. Yes, can we wish her a happy birthday? Yes, so it's her birthday. Get down with it, right? So we're gonna sing just a little bit. Christian, I feel like I'm gonna let Christian, and you're gonna see why Christian's gonna do this, and not me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rachel. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. You are welcome. It wasn't a trick candle, though we tried to find one, so yeah. Well, Rachel, we hope we really love having you. Yes, enjoy that bundt cake. We searched all over town for his last one, I swear. No, so thank you all. We really hope that you enjoyed the King Cake Challenge. We hope that you've gotten to enjoy the show so far. Everybody else come here. See, we've got more staff. Everybody's here now. Now they want the cake, which is hilarious, right? Sorry, everybody, you missed it. Now like 6 more people show up. That's okay. So let me think here. After this, I believe, Christian, are you up there? Let me see. Okay, are we going to another performance? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I don't see Sam, so I'm going to do the transition. We're going to pretend this is my wig. It's not. It's my hair, so I'm not as festive as Sam, but that's okay. So right now, actually, you are going to get to hear another amazing performance. If you go upstairs, actually, we have 2 theaters here. We have Shawnee down here on the 1st floor. Up on the 3rd floor, we have Miamia. Here at Arco, we have some beautiful, beautiful spaces, so we really encourage you to come out and check it out. But right now, you're going to go check Colton and Shuli, I believe, upstairs in Miamia. Thank you again so much for watching the Price Hill Will Redo live stream. And as Sam would say, we would definitely love your support. So please text GIVE PHW to 44321. All right, thank you.
And we're back. So thank you, Colton and Shuli, for that beautiful performance. And also thank you, Marissa and Annie, for performing for us as well. We couldn't do this without you guys. And I also want to thank my coworkers for joining me in this wig journey. It's been a long time, a long 2 hours of switching wigs. And I couldn't do it without your help. Thank you. And then also thank our sponsors for supporting Price Hillwell and this event, even in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. We honestly couldn't do it without you all. Thank you. Round of applause. And then, again, thank you to my coworkers here for putting on this event, and most notably Tiffany here in this pink wig, who we're all very not tech savvy people and wouldn't be able to do this live stream without Tiffany. She's been the backbone to this live stream event, as well as Christian. Thank you for your hard work. Woo! And then we couldn't end this night without thanking you all 20 of you viewing from home. Hi, Dad. And my brother's also watching. I saw he commented on my wig. But thank you for watching, and for those that tune in after the fact, thank you for sticking with us for this long, but fun. This was fun. 2 hours. It did not feel like 2 hours. And enjoying and learning about the work that we do here at Price Hillwell, and then seeing some of our more that we're human and behind these wigs. But once again, I have to do my normal give to PHW. Give PHW to 44321. Continue to help us buy all of these wigs. We need a red one, and I think an orange one we're missing. We don't have all the colors of the rainbow just yet. Okay, just kidding. We might have a couple, but we could always expand our collection. And then if you're not giving now, to give PHW to 44321, you can visit our website, www.pricehillwell.org, at any time that you feel inclined to give to our work. And then also follow along of all of the other projects and things that we're working on in the neighborhood, or when we have Mardi Gras Ball next year. Yeah, I think we'll be in person next year. We're so close this year. And then also follow us on social media. Char, behind the camera over there, does an amazing job keeping us up to date on all the happenings in Price Hill, not only what we do, but also what our residents are leading. And then until next year, I'm Sam. I hope you enjoyed this Mardi Gras Ball live stream. We sure did. Thank you and good night. I'm much better with people around me.